let's have some good conversation today. And bro, we got to hold it down. Just hold it the fuck down. My co-host is with me today, Mr. Logic. We've been having a good week ourselves. I don't think we'll talk too much on it, but there'll be some news coming out soon. Let's introduce what the hell we're actually doing, because we'll get Logic back up here. Today, as you lot can see, Karate Combat. I don't know, I forced that so hard. I'm normally good with these titles. This one was difficult. But I've got in the building with me the Karate Combat representative that I was introduced to, OnlyLarping. We've also got King Apollo, which is the man, the myth, the legend, bro. This guy is a solid brother, real life. We met in Denver. Welcome to the space. OnlyLarping and King Apollo, we're here today. I want to know more about this Karate Combat. I've been watching highlights like crazy. So yeah, I want to give you guys the floor to introduce yourselves, and then also let us know how you're doing, and what is it like swimming in Dubai right now. We'll go with King Apollo first, because I know
Actually,
last.
I should probably go first because
Oh, is that battery about to die, bro?
yeah, I got 9% left and I'm stuck in a broken down Uber on the side of the highway, like an hour from the hotel. So you
Can
guys are
we
gonna
can
get
we
my
get like
last
a
9%.
Can we get like could you take a little, like a short video clip? I don't know if that's possible whilst you're on a space, and like post it, because I've actually, we can share the one from the chat, right? Because
Yeah.
my man is in the trenches right now. I'm so sorry for what's going down.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I had to go to this thing in Abu Dhabi this morning and it was a disaster getting there, but coming back was pretty crazy, man. There was trees all over the highway. And then my Uber driver, he stepped out of the car. He had the balls to drive through for like over a minute this puddle or this lake that was up to the windshield, and somehow he got out of it. But as he was rolling out of it, the car died on him.
Oh yeah, too much
So
water in the
so
engine, going crazy.
yeah, so we're kind of stuck here. But yeah, I would love to give 2 minutes on Karate Combat before my phone dies here, if that's cool.
Yeah, please do, Dave. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So Karate Combat's the first sports league in the world that's governed and gamified by a token. My buddy and I, we've been building it for 6, 7 years. The thesis was to build a sports league for the next generation of fans, and we do that across every vector. On distribution, absolutely free to watch, zero paywall. Same time, it's on TV. We stream it for free on the internet, and we partner with a bunch of big streamers on it. Sorry for the noise; it's the driver's phone. Um, on the rule set itself, the format, basically, we just tried to make a rule set that was as entertaining as possible. It's called Karate Combat. You watch it, it just looks like, if you're a casual fight fan, UFC without the wrestling. We also make the round shorter, scoring favors aggression, so you get tons of knockouts. On the production side, our goal is to make every event look like a real life version of some unique level in Mortal Kombat. King
Love.
Apollo and I, we were down in Playa del Carmen, Mexico a couple weeks ago. Before that, we were in this place that looked like a Mexican jail. Before that, we were at our president's mom's backyard, and like a party in her backyard is pretty crazy. And then last but not least, on the Web3 side of things, I've been in the crypto space going back a decade. We never did anything, crossover between Karate Combat and crypto until 2.5 years ago. Came up with this idea that we fell in love with to build essentially no loss gambling on every fight using new DeFi tools. The core idea we fell in love with: for 48 hours before each event, you can vote on which fighters you think are going to win. If you vote on winning fighters, you earn a little bit more karate from a fixed karate prize pool. If you vote on losing fighters, nothing happens. You don't lose anything. You're just voting on them. So it's not regulated gambling, but hopefully you have that same excitement like when you have a bet on a fight. That's our play. We think that with our demographic of young men, almost half of them will tell you they don't like watching sports unless they have a bet on it. We think that by financializing things, we can turn them into super fans, and it seems to be working. We got, growing really fast. We had 62,000 people play a couple weeks ago. Huge event this coming weekend, and at Token 2049 Dubai. If anybody's around, would love to have you. And the last thing I'll say before I give it back to you guys: download the Karate Combat app. You got another day and a half to do it before the snapshot. You'll automatically get 88 free karate tokens dropped into your into your wallet there, and you'll have a chance to play in 2 days.
Nice. Yeah, that's one of the big things we want to push. I want to, because we still have a day before people can lock in that snapshot, and that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. Noticing how you guys are engineered the actual sport itself to be a more entertaining fight discipline in terms of there's no wrestling, and a lot of the times if I was to pull UFC and be like, certain gripes with this, right? I don't want the fight to go a certain way from an entertainment basis. And Karate Combat's kind of put this stage together where it's combat, bro. It's action. King of Palo, I'm gonna let you come up here and maybe talk about your first-hand experience. You've been at some fights, you've seen this. You introduced me into KC as well. So yeah, well, I mean, how have you taken to it? You're involved with UFC too. The comparisons. Like, where do you think this is going, man?
So what's up, everybody? Glad to be back on Ronin Radio. First off, but Karate Combat, man, is like honestly, like he said, turns into super fan. The first time I went, same exact thing happened to me. My first event was Vegas, Karate Combat 43. I'm sure. I think it was. But I've been to everyone ever since, and like it's amazing. Like you said, if you're a UFC fan and you don't like wrestling, Karate Combat is perfect for you. Purely aggression. It's very, very. How do I say this?
I was gonna say high octane, certain like.
Yeah. Like it's very high octane. It's very fast paced. Like it's based on aggression. In UFC, you can get away with wrestling, you can get away with ground game stuff like that. In this, if you're a passive fighter, excuse me, if you're a passive fighter, it's not gonna work out for you. This
Yeah,
ain't the league for you. It's all about aggression. It's all about pounding the next guy's face in and trying to get that knockout or just trying to get that win off purely just showing your skills on what karate discipline you learn. So it's really cool. And the fact that they're so innovative is one of the main reasons why I'm such a fan is like I don't know LARPing said like briefly about how they try to make every fight kind of look like a stage of Mortal Kombat,
yeah,
and to go deeper into that they use UGC well not UGC, I'm sorry, Unreal Engine to create these environments
yeah.
around it. So the first time I went, we were in space on the moon. It was sponsored by Parallel, so it was kind of like parallel space on the moon. They had these alien girls walking around. They might have been twerking. They might have not been. I don't know, right? But
Hell
it's just a
yeah.
crazy. It's a crazy environment, dude. It's nothing like I've been to a bunch of UFCs. I boxed. I've been to a bunch of boxing matches. I've been to a bunch of combat sports stuff, and it's nothing like it on that level as far as intimacy and being able to just be around people. I mean, my first event, I'm gonna just give you a picture of I'm standing pit side. In front of me is Chris Angel. Next to him is Frank Mir. I have two legendary coaches on my side, Milton and Dean Thomas, who's also ex UFC fighter. Also is the official analyst for the UFC during pay-per-views. Um, and he was there right beside me as well. I had Tyrone. You remember the dude Tyrone from Instagram? The big diesel dude. He used to walk around. I'm Tyrone. He was there right
Oh yeah,
beside
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Aljamain Sterling walked past me. So it like Alexander Volkanovski was there. Sean O'Malley was there. So and they were all enjoying it. Like I've never had somebody come for their first time to Karate Combat and not fall in love.
Yeah,
It's just insane, dude. Like it's the intimacy. It's not a huge arenas. It's not huge arenas usually like smaller venues, but it creates that intimacy where you could just be along with the fans and fans of the sport who a lot of the times are celebrities. I mean, the first event I went to, I feel like it was more celebrities than regular people.
yeah.
Just gonna be honest.
Yeah, man.
So
They're catching traction. Like, and this is one thing as well that I wanted. Like, the reason I'm so interested. What I like, I'm a fight fan anyway. I like UFC. I like boxing. I like competitive sports, and like a lot of training. Did kickboxing as a kid. Different types of things. Taekwondo because I thought I was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but irrelevant anyway. Like, so I'm interested anyway. And as a gamer as well, when I started to really dig deep into what was going on, Dave literally mentioned about the Mortal Kombat approach. Like they're literally staging something that I thought would click with gamers as well. And I know a lot of us we're competitive people, and people on the Ronin network, especially, like, we mention stuff, and eventually will we get celebrity cards or people creator cards? Like, it was a joke at first, but ultimately a lot of my attention was being drawn towards it. And then I noticed how much of, like, we say this a lot here, like the Web 2 world, but like how much normal people were getting behind this discipline and this movement, and also industry inside, like fighters, coaches, like a lot of people are transitioning over towards karate combat. So I really think we're in the early phases. You can see karate combat like 300 odd thousand followers on X, like 1 million followers on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm just addicted to watching these reels, bro. Like, we're getting highlights,
Yeah.
fight highlights. Like, so to me, having a Web3 involvement with something that's gaining traction and such popularity in that world, is something that I want to be. I want to be in and around, right? I want to know what's good, and if I can introduce people from the Ronin network to this DeFi approach of kind of betting on the cards, with this no loss approach, I find it really interesting. I'll probably would go really deep into the conversation about how does the DeFi work to make it a no loss system, and really what is the actual value prop for.
Yeah, let me touch on that for 2 seconds. I'm down to like 4%, so I could cut off at any second.
Okay,
The
yeah,
utility of the token is threefold. First of all, um, my buddy and I, we had owned the league outright previously, so we did something pretty crazy. We sold the whole thing to this ownerless foundation, so nobody owns Karate Combat anymore. And we structured the foundation such that the tokens can actually govern the league. So for the
okay.
first time ever, you have like a real sports league governed by tokens. That's the
So
first utility.
it's a decentralized sports league.
It's something like that. We call it like a sports league that's governed by the token holders because, like, I feel like DAO, the word like doesn't mean that much anymore. We kind of try and explain exactly how we did it. And then the second utility is the game, which honestly, that's what most people are focused on right now, like just chasing to be at the top. And the third is all the token gated utility of the league. So because nobody owns the league, all the perks that traditionally go to sports property owners should flow to the token holders. Instead of just giving them to the biggest token holders, I'm talking tickets and merch and flights to the events and honorary NFTs, all of it. Instead of just giving them to the biggest token holders, we give them out to the people on top of the leaderboard. Obviously, like, the utility can grow over time. The way we do the no loss play is we put 3 years of rewards on the balance sheet of the foundation. And then after that, the token holders have to decide, do we want to change how the game works, get rid of the no loss, get rid of the game, or maybe issue some more tokens, because at the end of the day, all the tokens really go back to them. So it's sort of no harm.
Wow.
Um, yeah,
Bro,
that's the
you
story.
guys, you guys, like, here on Ronin, we like to coin the term pioneers. Like, we do a lot of pioneering here in the gaming industry. You guys have done this pioneering in sports, in a global attraction, and like, that's seriously impressive to me personally. And to be able
Thank you.
to share this amongst people is something that I'm happy to do.